Hey, it's Bob Nagin, and in this episode of Real Retail TV, I am going to share with you the secret to having a team filled with the highest quality employees. So in our communities, with our clients, we're starting to see a lot of talk about people becoming frustrated that they're not finding good people, or if they get somebody to interview, they're not showing up. So it feels like there is a shortage of high quality people. And I get that frustration. I've been there. You know, back when I was in retail, my hiring strategy worked something like this. If somebody quit on a Thursday, I wanted somebody to cover their shift on a Saturday, right? So I would go in the back room and I would pull out my orange and black sign that said, "Help Wanted." I'd put it in the window. First person who came in the store, I would administer the mirror test. And the mirror test is I would put a mirror under their nose. If they fogged it up, it meant they were breathing. If they were breathing, it meant that they were alive. If they were alive, they were hired. And, you know, the problem with this strategy, as you can imagine, is I didn't get the highest quality people. For my business, for my customers, I wanted the best people. But I wasn't getting the best people because every time I needed a hire, I would only interview 3 or 4 people. The people who came in through my poorly written ads that were placed in the newspaper or from that orange and black sign. So because of that frustration, I got serious about understanding how to get better quality people applying for my work. And the secret that I learned is that if you want to have the best quality team, you must constantly recruit. And when you recruit, you need to make a compelling case for your employees, right? Orange and Black did not get high quality people in. When I understood that what I was doing was marketing my position to the kind of people I wanted as my employees, it changed everything, right? I was no longer trying to find anybody. I recognized that I only wanted the best quality people applying. And so I had to market that position, not just by advertising, but marketing. I had to create the words. I had to create the format that really got our best quality prospect excited about working for us. And by the way, the very first time, so Susan and I got together, it was mostly Susan, I'll admit, and created this thing that we now call the Red Hot Help Wanted ad. And it's a simple format. And if you have the Retail Mastery System, go into your staff development module. There's a whole section. But basically, you have a job title with a descriptor, and then there are 3 sections, each with 5 bullet points. If you are, and then that has bullet points that describe the characteristics of your best employees. If you like to, and that has bullet points that basically describe what the job entails. What kind of work do people do in your store? And then finally, we offer. And that is bullet points that describe the benefits of working for you. But when we use that format with thoughtfully crafted bullet points, all of a sudden, boom, things were happening. In fact, I was starting to tell the story. When we created the Red Hot Help Wanted ad format, the very first time we ran it, we were looking for a vice president of stores. It's when our business was growing rapidly, we were expanding quickly, and we wanted one person just in charge of our stores. And we got a guy who came to work for us and took a $40,000 a year pay cut to come work for us. Why? Because he was sick of his retail job that he had, and he read that Red Hot Help Wanted ad and he went, wow, this sounds like a cool job. This sounds like a job I'd be good at, and this sounds like a place I would like to work. So think about that. When you create a compelling marketing piece, all of a sudden, the riffraff aren't going to be coming in. The riffraff are going to read your ad and go, oh, that looks like way too much work, or, whew, that doesn't sound like fun to me. But the right kind of people, they're going to read that ad and they're going to go, wow, that's me. Wow, I would love that job. So there's marketing, and marketing starts with creating the Red Hot Help Wanted ad. But then you have to distribute it. So you have to get it out there into the world. It should always be on your website. You can create a video of your Red Hot Help Wanted ad and put it on your website. You can regularly, whenever you know you're going to need employees, so say right before the holiday seasons, you can send it out to your social media. You can post it on social media. You can send it out in your email. You can send it out to your friends and family, and they'll pass it along. So having a marketing piece and really getting some robust distribution is the way to do it. Now, the final thing that I want to share with you is this idea of a recruiting card. A recruiting card is a great way for you to take great experiences and possibly turn them into great employees. A recruiting card is a simple business card, and on one side is the name of your store and your name and your contact information. But on the back side, there is something like this, language that goes something like this. I hope, thank you for your great service. I hope you're happy where you are. However, if you're ever looking for a change of scenery, I would love to have the chance to talk to you about my store. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Some of you are thinking, I could never do that in my town. I could never poach employees in my town. And I used to feel the same way. But then one day I realized, hey, I care a lot more about the quality of experience that my customers get in my store than I do if I take somebody's employee. And anyway, I didn't do the slide up to them and say, hey, how much you making? I'll give you a quarter more. It was up front. I hope you're happy. But if you're not, let's talk. So that whole idea of the recruiting card is really, really powerful. I can tell you some great stories of people finding great employees by using the recruiting card. The final way that I want to share with you is a poster in your store. So you've got this great Red Hot Help Wanted ad that really, again, tells your future superstar what's in it for them. Not what's in it for you, what's in it for them. You make that into a poster in your store. And that poster has a big headline that says, always looking for great people. And then underneath it, it says, if you would like to, love to, we offer. And then at the bottom, you say, if this sounds like you, please come up to the counter and ask to speak to a manager. So you see, you're recruiting from your customer base, your in-store customer base. But to go back to the very, very beginning of this whole thing, let's recognize that there are plenty of employees out there in the world. There are many, many, many employees. And if you don't have them, it's because you don't know how to get them. And so once you understand how to recruit, how to bring in more people and better people, your problem will be solved. One last thing. On April 21, we are doing a free webinar called How to Run a Business That Doesn't Run You. And one of the things that we're going to talk about, that we're going to share in this webinar, is how to create a team that does what they want, does what you want them to do, does things the way that you want them to be done, does things when you want them to be done. And so it's an absolutely free webinar. I would love to invite you to that. It's going to be filled with great information. You can find all the information down below. So I'd encourage you to click down below, attend the webinar, get the information, apply it in your business. Good things will happen because of it. So that's it for this week. If you don't have the people that you want, I hope this gave you some insights into how you're going to get them. I'm Bob Nagin, and we're going to talk again next week.